Hi and welcome. Today we're going to be working on our hamstrings and a little bit of our thighs. How we're going to start off is coming into forward fold. So just extend your legs. Activate your feet, so pull your toes towards yourself. Then you're slowly going to inhale and exhale, come down towards your legs. You want to keep your heels on the ground and push your legs away from you as you pull your feet towards you. Bring that friction, you can feel it a little bit more then. So inhale and exhale if you can, come down a little bit further. You just want to go to where you feel it, not to the point of pain. Then you're going to be stretching your muscles. And inhale, exhale, come down. Okay, and then we're going to bring your left leg, and you're going to bring your left foot to meet your right thigh. You're going to inhale and exhale, slowly come towards your right leg. Just this way you can get a little bit deeper into both of your legs. Inhale and exhale, come down a little bit further if you can. If this becomes too much for you, you can just stay and place your hands on your thigh or on your shin. We're going to switch legs. So extend your left leg and bring your right leg in. Inhale, lift up, roll your shoulders back and down, and exhale as you come forward. Make sure that your belly is pulled in and you're not slouching like so. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, come down a little bit further if you can. Activate your toes, pulling your feet back towards you. Inhale. Exhale, come down. And we're going to come out of it. Come to the top of your mat. We're going to work into our Shavasana. So inhale. Exhale, forward fold. You're going to bring both your feet back for downward dog. Now since we're doing our hamstrings, you're going to lift your left leg off the ground and you can bring it back just a little bit further so you can feel the stretch going all the way up in here in your right hamstring. Pushing your arms back and extending yourself. Then you're going to put your left foot on the ground and hover your right foot above the ground. Feeling it a little bit more, it can go all the way up to your glute, starting from your feet. Then you're going to bring your right foot forward in between your hands. Walk it out a little bit further if you need. We're going to come up for Warrior One. So inhale, raise your hands to the top, extending them towards the ceiling. What you want to be doing here is activating your arms. So that is rolling your shoulders towards each other and pushing your elbows to meet as you're pushing your hands away. You don't want to be going like so, you want to be contracting. So inhale, contract. Another thing you want to be doing here, while you're keeping your hands contracted, you want to be pulling your tailbone in. You don't want to be overextending. You want to tuck and come down. Another thing you don't want is your knee going over your foot. You want to keep your knee in line with your right foot. Again, activating and extending your arms. Inhale and exhale, come down a little bit lower if you can. Inhale, exhale. You can also activate your left glute so you can feel it a little bit more in your hamstring. Inhale, exhale. We're going to come into pyramids. What you're going to do is you're going to come up a little bit further, walk your left foot in and a little bit further out. You're going to extend your right leg, and when we come down into this, it's quite an intense pose. So what you want to be doing is making sure that you're not overextending. So if you need to grab a block, or if you just don't feel like you're in this pose, you can just come and level right here. If you feel like you can go a little further, you can come down a little bit more. If you still feel all right, you can come down a little bit further. One thing you want to do is make sure that you're keeping your back level. You don't want to be like this or like so. You want to be making sure that you're as level as you possibly can be. Then you're going to inhale and exhale. If you can, come down a little bit lower. As I said, it's very intense. Okay, now we're going to bring your right knee in. Place both hands on the outsides and inside of your right leg. You're going to tuck your left toes under, bringing your leg back a little bit further. And you're going to bring your left knee down to the ground. Now what you're going to do is you're going to sit on your left heel. This can be really intense for a lot of people because they have a lot of worked up stuff in their feet, so it can be quite intense. If that is too much for you, you can just bring your foot on the ground and sit on your heel. Otherwise, keep your foot tucked if you can and extend your right leg. This is also quite intense pose, and we're working solely on our thighs and hamstrings here. So what you want to do is pull your right foot back as much as you can, inhale, and come down a little bit further if that's possible. If not, and it's really intense, just stay where you are. Another thing, if you feel it too much in your thighs, then you can bring your foot down as well, and it's not quite as intense. If you can though, stay where you are. If you feel a little bit more like there's movement and there's room for you, then you can come down even further. Pull your shoulders back and down. Pulling your belly in, you don't want to be overextending in here either. Activating your foot, pulling it back. And then you're going to bring your hands forward. And you're going to bring your right leg to meet your left. We're going to be sitting on our feet here. This can be really intense for a lot of people. If you can't get there and you can't even bring your legs down, no problem, just grab a blanket. Or you can just bring your feet down to the ground and try to sit like so on your heels. If you can, keep your feet tucked and see if you can just relax here in this position. It can be intense, so make sure that you're breathing. If you find it to be a little bit too much, then just come out of it. But we're going to sit here for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, bring your shoulders back, down. Inhale. Exhale, pull your belly in as you tuck your tailbone. Inhale once more. And exhale, bring your hands down to the ground. We're going to meet in downward dog. I'm just going to switch sides. Okay, we're going to do the same in downward dog here. So you're going to bring your left foot just to hover above the ground. And you can bring yourself back a little bit further, pushing towards your feet. Bring your left foot down, and you can extend your right leg if you want. Just lifting it a couple inches off the ground. Pushing your hands back, extending. Bring your right foot down to the ground, and you're going to bring your left foot between your hands. If it takes you a couple jumps to get up there, that's totally fine. You're going to externally rotate your right leg just a little bit, not too intense, and you're going to inhale and rise up. Now what you want to be doing here as well is activating your arms by pulling them in and pushing away at the same time. So you just want to be pushing forward towards the space away from you. So inhale, push away, activate your hands. You're going to be tucking your tailbone so you're not overextending, and you're going to bring your left knee, over your left foot. Wrap your shoulders to your chest. Inhale. And exhale. Come deeper if you can. If you start to feel it in this knee, then you just want to walk your foot out a little bit wider. Inhale. And exhale. Come down if you can. Activate your right glute. Remembering to pull your tailbone in. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to release now. So you want to bring your right leg a little bit further forward and towards the front, level with your left leg. You're going to extend your left leg. We're going to come into pyramid again. So if this is too intense and you feel it already, then just stay exactly where you are. But on the other leg, if you were going down a little bit further, you might be able to do so on this one. And if not, that's totally fine. Most of our legs are uneven. So inhale, exhale. You can come down a little bit further, making sure that you have a level back. Inhale, exhale. And keep your hands on your thigh or on your shin, whatever's most comfortable for you. Inhale, exhale. Making sure to have level legs as well as your back. Inhale, exhale. Just breathing here. Again, you want to go to the point where you feel it, not to the point of pain. So inhale, exhale if you can. Reach your hands down to the ground as you bring your right leg forward. You're going to tuck your left toes under you, and you're going to come to sit on the ground. Bring your right knee down and extend your left leg. Again, if this is too intense for you, then you can bring your left toes under and just sit on your heel. If not, and you feel like you can do this, then keep your toes tucked. Pull your left foot back, lengthen, inhale, and exhale. Come down if you can. Inhale, and exhale. You want to make sure that your left foot is being pulled back as you shoot your leg away from you. So you want to be pulling your toes back towards you as you push your heel away from you, creating friction. Again, if this is too much, no worries. You can just come out of it, or you can come on your heel. If you feel comfortable, then you can come a little bit further if you want to. Inhale. Exhale, come down. Inhale. We're going to come out of it now. So you're going to bring your left toes back. Instead of sitting and tucking your toes, you're going to do the opposite. So you're going to bring your toes and tuck them backwards. So now you're going to sit on your feet. This can be really quite intense. So if you're finding it to be too much, then you can bring yourself forward like so and just put a little bit more pressure if you can. Again, if you can't sit your bum down on your feet, no worries. Then you can just kind of do the same thing by putting a little bit of friction on. If you can, then sit back and sit on your heels. While you're doing this, remember to breathe and stay conscious of your breath. If this is intense and you feel it in your knees because you've had an injury or something going on with your feet, just come out of it. You don't want to hurt yourself in any way. Inhale. Exhale. Roll yourself down. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands to the top of your mat. We're going to meet in downward dog. Pushing back. And you can walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat between your feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands heart center. We're going to sit in the middle of our mat. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get your inner thighs working a little bit more in a deeper stretch. So you're going to extend your legs and just bring them out as far as you can. If you feel this, then no need to go any further. Just stay exactly where you are. If your feet are in like so, that's totally fine. Just wherever you're feeling it the most. Again, you don't want to push to the point of pain. You just want to go until you feel it. Now, if you can, and you can feel like there's more movement, but you're struggling to get your legs out, then you can just bring your hands in front of you and pull yourself forward, keeping your legs out. You want to then activate your feet, pulling them in, feeling it in your inner thighs. You're going to inhale. If you can, bring your hands down to the ground. Exhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Inhale, tuck your tailbone. Exhale. Roll your shoulders back and down. This can be really intense in your inner thighs. It's really good for you to work through that because we hold up a lot of emotion in our inner thighs and our hips. So if any emotions come up, just stay aware of them. No need to abandon this pose just because you feel some emotions coming up. So just stay aware of your body and where you're at. Inhale. And exhale. Push your heels away from you as you pull your feet in. Activating your glutes if you can. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we're going to come out of it. So if you pushed yourself forward to come out, Then you can just bring your hands in front and push yourself back. Bring your feet in. We're going to do butterfly pose. So, coming into this pose, you're just going to bring your heels and your toes to meet. If this is too intense for you and your knees are up here, that's totally fine. If you have a pillow or a blanket, you can just place them on either side of you and just drop your knees down. If you want it to go a little bit more intense, the further you bring your feet out, the more intense it gets because you can work into your hips more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. We're going to come out of it. Now you're going to come onto your back. So sitting here, what you're going to do is you're going to extend your right leg towards the ceiling, like sky. Then you're going to bend it, extend your left leg, and you're going to bring your right leg just towards the opposite side of you. This is called twisting pose. You can extend your hands, or you can just keep them on your right hip. One thing that people do here in this position is they try to keep their right hip on the ground while moving over. That's not what you're trying to accomplish here. What you're trying to do is get your right knee on the ground. So the matter of twisting that you do just depends on where you're feeling it and how your body can move and get into that position. So no worries about trying to keep your right shoulder on the ground or your right hip. So if you feel like you're trying to bring your right shoulder on the ground, if you're extending like so, then just bring your hand and place it on your right hip or your right thigh. Just relaxing here. You're going to bring yourself back up. Extend your right leg. Lift your left leg towards the sky. Bend it in. And then you're just going to lean towards the left. If you want to, you can extend your arms, or if you feel like you're trying to keep your left shoulder on the ground, then you can just bring your hand onto your left hip. If your neck gets uncomfortable, you can totally turn it towards the right, or you can keep it extended towards the sky or the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your left foot back and you're going to extend your legs, coming into Shavasana. This Shavasana can be any pose that's most comfortable to you. So if you want to bring your feet in or hug your knees to your chest, whatever's most comfortable. I personally like it when I extend my legs and extend my arms. Once you get into Shavasana or a comfortable position, just slowly close your eyes and try to relax. Staying aware of your breath. You want to relax your fingers, your toes. Trying to take longer inhales and exhales. Slowly, as you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Shortening your breath, bringing it back to your natural breathing pattern. We're going to come out of this pose, so come as you're ready. If you need to stay here a little longer, that's totally fine. if you can and you feel ready to come out of it, just roll onto one of your sides, keeping your eyes closed. Then you're slowly going to pull yourself up. Coming to sit. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to inhale. We're going to take 2 deep breaths together. Exhale out your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste.